this helps. Okay, I made the list. Sorry. I am so sorry, guys. I hate making you guys jump around like that. But it's for a good cause, to make sure that only my members get to chat. Okay. That's part of the whole special too. You know, you get a special reading, but you're special because you're also a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you got the Kuan Yin Oracle? Awesome. Nice. You got a lot to check out. Yeah, I feel like, ooh, I really like those oracles that have the rituals in them, like the gods and goddesses and the Isis, or I don't know if gods and goddesses, but the Isis oracle, and the Kuan Yin has nice things that you can do, like rituals. And if you're, I'm not very good with rituals, like I don't keep up with it that much, but there's a lot of you that ask me about stuff, you know, and these things can be very helpful in your journey. And so I don't have a specific shadow work ritual type thing, but I feel like this journey with you um, through these through this, you know, 50 Shades thing. um, my personal shadow side can help a lot of you out there. Tap into things, you know, and bring it to the surface, acknowledge them, release what you want to keep, and integrate things that you, release what you don't want to keep, and integrate the things that you do want to keep. Because there's some things in the shadow that you might find useful in in whatever you're doing. Useful. Hey, how are you, Summer? So I had to like restart because I forgot to put the members only chat, and I was already getting, like, as soon as I was exiting, I was already getting some weird stuff. So I'm glad I didn't remember it too late in in the chat. I hate starting all over again though. So Pumpkin's feeling a little feisty tonight, so I'm probably gonna have to yeah, well, let go of me. What are you getting mad at me for? I might lock her up. I'm gonna go lock her up. Poor baby, she hasn't seen me all day today. I'm gonna go lock her up and I'll be right back. Where are we going? Come in. I hope you guys can hear me when I talk softly, but I don't want to get too loud when we're talking about shadow matters. And this is an 18 and up night because I'm using decks like my erotic enchantment deck and the naughty sentimental silhouettes. It's not naughty. Oh, I could pull out some other naughty stuff, but that's just it. That's the only one. And we get the flowers of the night, And we have the inversion tarot. So this is like all black and white stuff. This is, I'm beginning my series. This is another black and white tarot that you might like. It's the Rider-Waite-Smith, and then this is the Marseilles style. So either one of those tarots we can deal with. And basically the $5 special is getting one of these cards having to do with some kind of connection, sexual connection with somebody or something like that. So that's basically what we're diving into. If there's any other part of your shadow side that you would like to dive into, hi Puha, then just let me know. Like, let me know if you know, want to explore something else, and I can go like hunt down some other tarot or oracle cards. But that's what we're working with tonight. This is going to be a 50 Shades series, so it's definitely dealing with the darker, the kinkier side of our sexual selves, basically. All right, y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready? And guys, say everybody say hi to Silver Star Priestess. Welcome. And yeah, we'll begin now. Gloria is first. So Gloria, what you want the special? Let's start with the erotic enchantments. You know what? That's a good idea. I think I'm gonna. I was starting to write a book to go with this, and I think I will work on that. That can be part of my shadow journey. Yes. Here we go. And check the description box. It's a little bit different. In the description box now, I have all the same similar like suggested donations, but at the top now you can see that there's a link to become a member. So if you're not a member, you can press that link, and that gets you a lot of freebies, a lot of good. You know, it's like you get a month full of free chat, free members chat on my lives on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I might add more days. It gives you whatever level, like $1.99, you can get like a little oracle, like a mini deck oracle reading. It gets you badges and emojis. It gets you like status. It also gets you like really in tune with the collective here. So your readings are going to resonate more, I think, a little on a deeper level, because you're part of this particular collective and things get a slightly more fine-tuned when we connect this way. And yeah, so, and also like all the membership prices are like half what you would pay for private readings normally, so it's a really good deal. And you can subscribe and you can cancel your subscription at any time, and you still get to keep your status. Like, so if you leave for whatever reason, financial reason, you just can't afford it that month, when you come back, you keep your status of like how long you've been a member, and your badges will still grow. So that's kind of a nice feature, I think. Okay. Gloria, let's see. It's good to see you. Gloria, what do we need to know? Ooh, very sweet. So you have whispering. I like this. I could get really deep into this. Okay. Whispering is stimulating pillow talk. So the first message here is words of affirmation, but words in general can be stimulating. Words spoken like in the ear, like, I want to suck your toes or something like that. You know, like the way it's spoken, how it's said, and where it's spoken, like right in your ear, whispered, can be more, erotic than a lot of things. Um, whispering, whispering like I was doing tonight. Whispering can be kind of a form of ASMR too. It's stimulating, it's tingling. Now, the other message I'm feeling here is just the lips being so close together without kissing. And that transmits a sort of energy with somebody so that you start to connect with them before you even have you noticed in when you watch like scientific analysis of body heat, and you'll see how when people bend to get close together to kiss, the energy is like this red color comes out, and the red color comes out. It's almost like your energies are kissing before you're kissing. And so if you can hold into that energy a while before you actually make contact, the contact is that much sweeter. So I just kind of like that. And then you also have yin yang, and this is attraction. And this is definitely like a black and white thing. It's like this is one extreme and another, and this is everything in between. That's what this week is going to be about. Like the extremes that we feel and deal with in emotions and our sensitivities, and then like dealing in the shade, the middle part. Like, what do we do to temper these things, just so on a daily basis we can grow, I guess, move, continue, like have a continuum. Anyway, so let's keep going, but I feel like this might just represent, I'm not sure, it could represent a relationship, a connection, it could represent, this is very yin yang, like what you see in this person is something they have that you wish you had, and vice versa. So the two main things I hear is words of affirmation will go a long way, and that you complete each other because you're like, you have what the other needs. So that's really good. Let me see now. I'm gonna pick another one. So you can pick any other secondary deck if you like. You can have tarot, you can have sentimental silhouettes. You can have this new flowers of the night if you want kind of a more spiritual message to go with that. Anything you desire, or we can like get like a 3-card tarot spread. Hey, Amira. You guys let me know. I mean, Gloria, let me know. What's your secondary deck? What would you like that to be? Okay, I'll surprise you. I want to use one of these. Ooh, that was a fun flipper. I like this. Sensitivity. Night. Night gladiolas. And this is like an armadillo. It's kind of like Texas. Like where I'm from. I like how it's sensitivity. It kind of goes really good. So you have a sensitivity. All right, so shadow work. Your sensitivity might be something that people have picked on before. Oh, you're too sensitive. But your sensitivity is what makes you very understanding of people. And your sensitivity is what makes you get aroused easily and feel emotions and passion more easily because you're so sensitive. So let's see what the message here for sensitivity is. Emotions, feelings, and sensitivities are all very strong at present and may cause decisions to be more difficult. You might even find that a clear answer is not possible at all. Be extra considerate and kind to others because someone really needs you and your compassion. The core of an issue will be difficult to see right now, but patience and a gentle approach will assist in understanding. A romantic encounter, an increase in feelings of love for someone, and the deepening of commitments are all possible. This is due to a change in the energies associated with true feelings for the better. This is a good time to express how you feel about someone or something. Be aware that under the energy of the night gladiolas, a person can easily fall into the role of victim due to the rise in everyone's emotions and sensitivities. So there is your shadow sense. Be aware that sometimes you may see yourself as victim, like woe is me, oh my life, And even if you're doing it in jest, it's best not to speak those kinds of words out loud. Unless you want to really look into it more carefully. Look and see where all of this is coming from. But I feel like there could be a part of you that's always compassionate and maybe you feel like sometimes taken for granted. And it's important to keep that heart open anyway. It's not about what you're doing is the right thing. If somebody else is misusing the compassion that you gave them, that's on them. It's not on you for giving too much. It's not on you for being too sensitive. You're exactly who you're supposed to be. Okay? So let it go. I think that you're going to feel feel feelings even deeper and sweeter when you let go that that worry of giving too much, right? Because you're so sensitive and can be easily hurt and easily aroused as well. Okay. Nice, nice. And now Cheryl. Cheryl, like, let you have like 3 or 4 decks. So we're gonna start off. Well, you can choose any ones you want, but I was thinking that the erotic enchantment is the base, but anything you like, you choose. You saw the decks I'm using. Yesterday I was thinking about you and Keanu Reeves. Oh yeah. Whenever I see Keanu, I remember you. Oh, Keanu. Yeah, I went all the way to California to see Keanu, and I didn't see him. Back when I was 19 years old. Anything? Okay, Cheryl. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I had him plastered I had a huge crush on David Lee Roth as a teenager, but when Keanu came around, I was quite like I watched every movie he was in, and I had gotten pictures of him, and I remember like staring at him, like scrying his face almost so hard that like almost it jumped out at me, and I was pregnant at the time, and but my husband at the time, the baby's daddy wasn't my husband at the time, and he wasn't with me there, and I didn't know what he was going to be doing, if he was going to be my baby daddy or not, if he's going to be around. And I think I transferred some of Keanu Reeves' features onto my son, because my son's got like these almond island eyes like Keanu Reeves, and it's kind of a similar nose and everything. It's kind of funny. All right, Cheryl, let's do your reading. Ooh, nice. You got tasting, sweet, deep kissing. This one this one is like a little bit almost aggressive, you know, but not. Like she's very, very receptive. It's almost like he's drinking her, and she's like this flower, you know, she's like the nectar. And just, yeah, the depth of this. But she's totally in bliss, like, because you know why she has bliss is because she's not resisting. She is completely letting go to the moment. I like that kiss. And it's almost like I can hear sound Like I can hear a moan or a groan with this image. Okay, so is there something about you? There's this something about you, Cheryl. You have a submissive heart. It's like, you know, there's a part of you that just wants to give and let go in that moment and give of yourself. But only if you can trust this person, feel completely protected by them. And that's the tough part, isn't it? It's the tough part. And it's the only way. The only way to be a submissive person is to trust the person that you're submitting to. And that is something that builds with time, and it's also part of, you know, like you can't get there only one-sided. You have to feel it within yourself too. It is so difficult. It is. And especially if you've been wounded before, and especially if you know what men in general are like, and you've seen it so often over and over in your own life and other people's lives, right? So it's like I feel like it's as a sex, women have an automatic wall built up, even if we don't want to. Even if we'd love to just surrender to the bliss of connecting with that masculine, sensual, sexual, dominant, virile energy. We want to connect to that energy so bad and just let go of ourselves and be so vulnerable and feminine to them and submit to our whole essence to them. But only if we're going to be protected. We're not going to do that if we are hurt by the very person that we surrender to. And that is just it. That is the finest line of all. And how do we find that person? There is no, it really isn't about the person. It is about you, and it's about your heart, and it's about how you stay open. You stay open whether or not you know, right? It's like having faith. It's like whether or not you know what's the next step, what's coming after, what's coming next. You've got to stay vulnerable, whether you know or not. I'm gonna keep going, but I need a little. All right. What shall we do next? What card? Let's see. Let's do the inversion tarot. So, what does this mean for you, Cheryl? Like, how this is going to play out in your life, you know, in your love life and into the future. Will you be able to confront the fear of trust, the fear of openness, releasing, surrendering? Because, and I, you know, we have every right to have, you know, we balance our masculine and our feminine sides, and we have every right to be successful entrepreneur, business women. But yet I feel sometimes we get lost in that side because it feels good and empowering, and it feels it kind of feels sane, and it feels sometimes safe, you know. And yeah, being vulnerable does not feel safe, does it? It sure does not. All right, let's see. Ooh, Three of Cups. So I feel like, yeah, we'll get more. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but I feel like something exciting is happening. A fun celebration, some kind of joy, some kind of pleasure. And it could be an intimacy, kind of like an intimate moment. There could be this intimate moment that does come up for you. And there could end up being a choice, like that fleeting second, that fleeting moment where where you give in or you resist. Let's see what we got. Let me shuffle again. Well, okay, I'll take these. I'll take all of them. Okay, whatever. I'll take them. Because they're good. So, you have the Fool. The Fool is about embarking on a journey, taking that leap of faith, not taking that next step, not knowing what's going to happen if you step. You just do, because that's life. You just take the next step. But there is a part of you that does not want to be foolish. Oh no. And you don't want anyone to think of you as a fool. And so there comes a bit of pride and ego when it comes to faith. That I think that holds a lot of people back from their faith is the shadow side of faith is foolish, and not wanting people to see us as foolish, and then ultimately being laughed at. Haha, look at you, you fell on your face. Your next step was a hole and you fell in it and you fell on your face, and then what do? You can let the laughter get to you and get yourself down, or you can pick yourself up and you can say, you know what, that was just a damn hole, and there's yet another step. That's even harder, because if you went from a flat ground to a hole to standing up again, and then having faith that that next step was going to be a flat and not another hole, you get up and you take that next step and it's flat and you're like, okay, good, and then you just keep going. It's just, isn't life crazy like that? It's like, but I feel like that the thing about faith is it's not just about steps that you're taking, because it's not just about you. It's like your faith has to do with everything that you bring with you. Like, see the kitty cat, your little black cat? This is about guides, familiars, anything that's a spiritual presence around you helps you to the next step, the next day, and on and on and on. The magician has the tools. So you have everything you need at your disposal to make that next step, whether it's a hole or it's flat, like you fly across it like a gazelle, like, this is about seeing yourself as magical, and sometimes seeing yourself as unworthy is what attracts the people that laugh at you, because it's almost like you are laughing at yourself. No, you feel unworthy, and so somehow that unworthiness gets projected out there, and then it gets returned back to you through those people who, haha, whatever. So, as the magician, you just don't project that energy at all. You project the energy of being confident, of being being you're the master of your own destiny. You fall and you say, "Oh yeah, I planned that." Yeah, it's just I don't know, going about life with that kind of thing. Like, you have the tools and you can do this. So you have the Six of Swords. Feel like a journey. This is all about journeying. Eight of Cups, leaving things behind. A Four of Wands. This is marriage and destiny, like a future destiny. This could be twin flames. This is like a celebration. This is something grand in the future. And then you have the Five of Wands too, but like, that's, to me, it's like the downside. It's like feeling like you have to fight for what you feel like you earned or you attained. Like, maybe there's a part of you that feels they have to fight to keep it. But I feel like, so that could all be the shadow part, like this feeling like having to fight to keep what you want. Oh yeah, maybe I could get this, but then I also have to fight to keep it. No, I don't think you have to fight. It's all of it always goes back to this faith and just continuing to stay in faith of yourself as well. All right, let's move on. You're making a big transition right now. I feel it. Big transition. And it's not easy. Like, it is big transitions. It's so like this unknown out there. Take that. So you got wisdom, the night orchid. Look at that little guy. All right, wisdom. New guidance is offered through a teacher, a spiritual practice, or even via dedicated self-education. Listen really well to what is an offer, as you will need these lessons very soon. Decisions, including legal ones, may need to be made, and you should get as many opinions and as much additional advice as possible before committing. Honor traditions and be very careful with energy surrounding legacies or valuable items or actions that may become such. Your actions today will be felt for a very long time. Education in all its forms is strongly indicated, and you will benefit across many facets of your life at the moment by undertaking study. Challenges of the night orchid are becoming childish or refusing to learn and inflexibility. So your affirmation should be, or can be, I will learn to be open to guidance. So maybe one of the shadow things is there could be like a stubbornness, like, oh, I already know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. But sometimes a different perspective can relieve a lot of the burden of what the decisions that you will be making. Like, it'll be surprising. Maybe it'll be so like a much needed I don't know, I'm trying to think of the word. Much needed efficiency to something instead of it taking so long or being so tedious or having so many parts to it, somebody may come up with an idea that will help just make things a little more efficient for you. And at first you may balk at the ideal. You may like, no, I've always done it this way and it's better this way. And sometimes that's true because the things that we're used to doing, sometimes we do it quickly because it's something that we're used to doing. But I feel like this new thing, even though it might be unfamiliar with you for you, once you'll figure out fast and it will make things easier. So sometimes just think about these kinds of things that people, when they offer you a solution to things, I just heard efficiency. That's what I heard. Thank you, Silver Star. I hear efficiency. High efficiency. All right. Yeah, I feel like that kind of covers it. I mean, maybe I'm gonna add. Let's see. Let's see if we can clarify anything that we need to clarify. I feel like I need to clarify the Five of Wands. What is this Five of Wands about? So Five of Wands is usually about, fighting struggles, but sometimes it can be inner battles. So let's just clarify. The Lovers and the Chariot and the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So to me, that is kind of a struggle. It's like sometimes you get in your own way when it comes to romantic situations. So I feel like that could be that with the Lovers. And then the Chariot is about movement and swiftness. And you don't want, like you might not always be on the same page as somebody else as far as the speed and the progress of something, yeah. And also you have this thought that you have a lot on your plate, like you have a burden, like it's almost like sometimes like, I'm the one that has to do it. Like this is up to me to do. I'm the only one that can do this. And a lot of times you're right because, there's a certain, right, things that, like schedules and routines and things that you have set up that only you can do. And that's the way you see it. You could, if you want to, try to delegate if you need to. Otherwise, though, I think it's a kind of positive thing. Like if this is your thing and it is, and you just push through and you just keep on doing it. And the Queen of Wands, just to me, that's what those two together represent. Keep pushing through because you are the, it's like you're the mistress of your own like life burdens, work. I just see that kind of as work, but not necessarily work like a career work, like the daily grind kind of work. And then, oh, about your son, that could be it. Like I feel like this kind of makes me think of your son because with every great blessing sometimes comes a burden, and so your son is a beautiful blessing in your life, but because he has autism, that's the 10 of Wands is the autism, right? But it's like you have control of the situation, but definitely if you're getting consultation, then that's good. Like just keep an open mind about it. And then I think, just a little space and time alone to think about it, to incorporate, like the ideas in your mind, dream on it, meditate on it, pray on it. You're good at praying. Pray on it. Then that will kind of help relax you into the things that this person suggested, about something. So yeah, I think that's what that is. It's just sort of the Five of Swords says sometimes you struggle to it could be just a struggle to accept trying something when you know what you're used to seems to work okay, or what, or like, or not just that, it's just like you've been your own boss, and people, when people interfere, sometimes it's just like they don't see things from your perspective, but maybe they do, and you just don't realize how well they do, you know. So just keep that in mind. I think that's what that is. Does that make any sense? I think so. I think that's what that's about. But otherwise, I think, yeah, it's ending on a good note, because I feel like with the Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords, I feel like your spirituality is going to get you through all of that. And see how it goes back to the almost the first card, which is the Fool, which is faith. You know? So even though it's faith that sometimes is what keeps us from taking these steps, it's also faith what is guiding you. It's what you, it's, you know, it's our prayers, it's our manifestations. It's, so we're like, we have more faith than we even give ourselves credit for, you know. Basically we do. And so that's kind of like an example. Like when you say it's hard to trust, then think about like any kind of scenario you've been through, and you're like, look at me trusting, you know, look at me having faith. And after all, you know, oh, okay, I can do this, you know, I can do this. I can see anything all the way through, as long as, yes, it's like at first you don't think maybe that you can, but you've seen it, you've seen yourself in action already, like, oh yeah, I can do this, you know. Right. So that was very nice. You're welcome. I hope that helped. I don't know. Like, I think the things to explore, we got lots to, you know, everybody has their things to explore. But your strength is your faith, and you know, your connection with God, and your praying. That is your strength. And so keep using that, because that's where you find your power. Very good, very good. Yeah, there's depth in the sexiness. With Cheryl, I could feel like Nikki's so part of her life. You know, Nikki is her. Like, nothing she does can be done without the consideration of Nikki. So he's gonna be pretty much in every reading for her. You know, it's like he's there. Like he's her heart. He's right there. Cold coffee. Oh, thank you. My big old, I think it's a coffee cup, but it could be a soup cup. Yeah, I know the feeling. I mean, I have 3 kids, and I know what you go through. And I'm very blessed that my kids don't have those kinds of challenges, but man, they still have challenges, let me tell you. I know, you could take a little dive into my coffee cup. Okay, Quacky, you're next. So let's dive into guacamole shadow side, her sexy shadow side. Virility, take me on. I bet that one's gonna come out. Okay, kinky girl. All right. So we have exploring something different. So you kind of like, you're willing to like try whatever somebody has in mind. Like, let's try lots of stuff, you know, like, let's go anywhere and do anything and do everything. And like, the world is our oyster and let's explore together. So exploring something different. And you have grabbing, this is mine. So secretly, you're very possessive of what is yours. You may not show it on the outside, but you definitely are, you have like that, you know, all of us have the feminine and the dominant, right? And you you sometimes your dominant side bubbles up and you're like, you're mine. Ain't nobody gonna take you away. You know, like, or you should let that side bubble up. That can help you be a little more empowering and a little more like really find your worth. So if you let that shadow side, the like grab it, this is mine and nobody else. And also it's kind of a saying, like it's almost like the universe is saying, this is yours, honey. Grab it, you know? You have every right to grab what's yours, so grab it, you know? So, me too. I'm blushing. You can't even tell because I'm in black and white, but I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. I'm feeling like you guys are gonna have a wild ride. The potential for a wild ride is here. And think, I think aggressiveness. I think something about the connection is going to bring out an aggressiveness in you that you didn't know you had, like, or that you knew you had, but it's like the tiger. It's like, this is the year of the tiger. You're going to like really feel the tiger energy of yourself. What else do we need? So I'm going to see how he's feeling. Hey, Silver Empress. Yay! Okay, so we have a lot of silvery people here, but Silver Empress is one of my channel buddies too. She's in our collaboration. So everybody say hi to Silver Empress, who is going to be joining us a lot more in the future. So I'd like to everybody get familiar with Silver Empress. And we had a nice time together today. All right, let's see what he's saying to you. And also I want you to take note that there's kind of like a shackle on him. Like you're really like, girls. This is mine. Yeah. It's so nice to know somebody that's in Houston. All right. Okay, we've got attraction. You are so beautiful to me. Uh-huh. The feelings go both ways. Secure. I got you, baby. You're safe and sound, and I trust you completely. Trust is very important. So it's like, I trust you, you trust me. The trust is going to be very important in this connection, especially with all the exploring you're going to have to do, that you're going to do. And I think there could be this sense of wanting to carry you. Yes, carry you. I'll take care of you and carry you, and you can trust me and you can feel safe. See? Adventurous. He does want to take you on an adventure. So exploring, right? Fly me to the moon. Fly me to the moon. Let's go into the unknown. Together. I'm ready to try new things with you. Do you trust me? And see, there are songs in that one. So listen to Fly Me to the Moon. That's a Frank Sinatra song. And Frozen Into the Unknown. Listen to those two songs and look at those lyrics. And he's excited. And you know what this means? I'm feeling the thrill, like tooting my own horn. It's music to my ears. Music and tooting horn. It's all like play on words. Okay, this is a really symbolic card because one, it is all about music. Tooting. It's feeling proud of his music and his song. It's your part of your connection has to do with his music and his songs. Oh. And finally, the thrill. And horn is a short for horniness, horny. So it all kind of goes together. The thrills, the vibes, the music, the toot. His horn, his horny feelings, his music, the songs, the messages, the connection. It's all very thrilling. Date nights. Ooh. Feeling like, here's another song. Feeling like I'd like to take you on a ride, show you a whole new world, and spend memorable special time with you. A new fantastic point of view. I knew a whole new world was going to come out. So definitely adventurous in a whole new world and dating. You know, this is like everything. Traveling, cars, bikes, trains, planes, anything that has wheels or can fly, magic carpet rides, sights and sounds, unbelievable feelings, tumbling, soaring, freewheeling through whatever, the sky. A whole new world. You know, it's just about this. It's not, and it's not even about just physical travel. It's about astral travel, the stars, the sky, celestial things, astral travel. Let's explore a whole new world with you. It's soaring, tumbling, freewheeling. So like all of this can be had. It's all your point of view on it. That's even part of the song. A new fantastic point of view. Listen to the lyrics very carefully and don't read them in a shallow way. Read them in the most profound, provocative way you could possibly read them. It's very similar to my channel, Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. Stems from Peter Pan and Wendy flying, okay? Peter Pan and Wendy meet, and she's like, "Oh, Peter, let's go to Neverland." Ah! And he's like, "Okay, well, it's really easy. All you have to do is think of a wonderful thing. It's the same as having wings." So it's like your point of view. It's the point of freaking view, right? Um, and um, and so yeah, so and the final touch is pixie dust and it's flying and whatever. And so yeah, it has this kind of fun, frivolous feeling, but when you really break it down, it is all about manifesting. It's what you need to do to manifest something in. So first you have to know what you want, then you visualize it and you attract it. But how do you attract it? You attract it by acting as if and feeling it's already there and it's already you. This is your life. This is your new fantastic point of view. New fantastic point of view. Just keep thinking of that, thinking of being on that magic carpet and this is your life. This is your life. How wonderful it is, how wonderful life is. Now you're in the world, you know, just like life is a song, it's a joy, it's a dream, it's a pleasure. Life is but a dream. Life is but a dream, sweetheart. Okay? So, I mean, I think there's this kind of sense that your shadow side is not even shadowy. It's like you have enough shadow. You need to uplift. You need to, you need to float up like a little bubble. Like you need to fly. You need to just like lift up like you're on a magic carpet. Just like really let go and just let go of all of that keeps you earthbound, those anchors. Fly, girl, fly. All right, Mr. Maurice Evans Jones, I really appreciate your donation, but I think you need to read the room first. One, there is a nice thumbnail that kind of gives us a clue to what we're doing tonight. We're diving into the shadow side of things, and in particular, this night has sort of a sexual connotation, and so we're not doing career readings. And I will keep that. I mean, unless there's a shadow side to your career reading, but I will do my best. Also, the other thing is, when you arrive on my channel, you need to check it's important to check the pinned comment. The pinned comment will show you that the list is closed. Also, if you want to be on the list, you need to ask if there's room. And especially after the first 5, because there's always, in general, I always take the first 5 people. And then the rest of the information can be found in the description box. And if you have any questions, you can ask your questions. But just throwing out a donation and asking a question, to me, is just a donation. So thank you for your donation. If you need anything, I mean, I will, if I have time, I will add you to the list, and I will try to give you just a general message for your job and finances. 5 weeks. Okay. Okay. Quacky. They probably are not. That's also in the description box. And in order to chat, you have to be a member. And yes, you can donate without being a member, but that's not going to get you very far. So, because chatting with me, because this is basically an interactive thing. So, yeah, I just feel like before you guys know, but I think there's just some people that do things without, like really looking into it, looking into what's going on. And, and the very first thing you can do is just check. First of all, you look at the thumbnail to find out what's going on. Secondly, the title. Third, the description box. And then fourth, the pinned comment. Okay? And then you'll know what's going on. And you don't even have to chat. I don't want to do that. That's like, the private readings are private readings for a reason, because it takes time out of my schedule. And so if you want an actual private reading, we can add the $15 onto whatever amount if you want to do it that way, because private readings are just different. They're just different. I'm doing a new thing now, like with the because as members only chat, those of you who became members, you get, you have what's the point I'm trying to make? um, you get priority here. So that's, you are entitled to these readings at these, discount costs. And then if you want a private reading with me, then yeah, you reach out to my email address, and then I'll send you a how to get a private reading and the price list. But everything has a particular process, and it's not your process, it's my process, okay? And so I'm the one in charge of my channel, and you need to ask me what is the process. That's all, right? Okay. Good night, Cheryl. Have a sweet dream. Yeah, people don't read. You're right. People just don't read. They just like throw things at you and expect you to jump like a monkey or something like that. But I'm no monkey. Mm-mm. We're going to do it my way. And tonight's, we're all about shadow side. And here's one of my shadow sides. I'm not going to cater to anybody's whim just on their whim, like even my sister called me tonight a bazillion times, like, I'm not going to jump and answer the phone just because people assume that I'm like 100% available, like 100% of the day, Uh-uh. I happen to have been on a date and I was busy. So there. So there. My time is valuable. And so there. Okay. And I have right now I have a big list of people I have in a queue in my email waiting for readings, okay? So Mr. Maurice is going to be put down in that queue because I can't do his reading right now, or if I have time, I might try that. Anyway, I don't mean to be sassy. I'm just like, I get a little sassy when stuff like this happens. Like, yeah, I'm on demand. Okay, I hear you. And Maurice, if you want to keep chatting, you could have chatted for $1.99 subscription. I mean, joining my membership, and that's in the description box too. For $1.99 a month, you can chat till your heart's content. But if you don't want to chat anymore, or you don't want to keep spending money, you can also email me at artladyjas@gmail.com, and we'll see what we can set you up with, okay? So you can have like a $17 credit to whatever to your private reading if you like, and a 10-minute two question reading about your career would be $30. So we can do a $17 credit for that if you want, or I can try to squeeze you at the end of the night, whatever you want. But that's all the not chatting I'm gonna do with you. Okay. Yeah, what Quacky said. Okay, now I'm gonna continue because I feel like the energy has changed, and I want to give all my other readers who did read the directions their proper reading. So Esmeralda's next. Okay, Esme. You got exploring as well. Let's see what your second card is. Ooh. You got emotional outbursts. This is body ripple effect. All right. So your exploring is going to be a bit more intimate, you know. There's exploring the body, there's exploring the mind and soul and the heart. There's exploring the universe, there's exploring traveling and all of that. There's exploring your kinks and things like that. But this exploring is like a head to toe exploration of your body and finding every point, every part of you that makes you scream and burst with excitement. Like, I feel like somebody out there really wants to make you squirt, like make you like so wet, like really. And maybe you desire that too, that feeling of that explosive energy, really being able to let out. Unless I'm hearing like loud noises. And yeah, okay, let's see what the tarot says. Let's see. All right, you got the Two of Swords. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking all kinds of things. So it's part of exploring. But generally, okay, so the Two of Swords, it's interesting that it's side to side like this in the Pips card, but it's usually it's crossed over a person's head like that, right? And it's this kind of like being in the mind. Excuse me. I think there's going to be a bit of, there's kind of like a teasing thing going on, like mind, like a mind, not so much mind games, but kind of mind games, but kind of a puzzle, like something. Games in general, though, maybe. You definitely are willing to explore things. Piercings. Do you like piercings? Maybe you're going to be interested in somebody like somebody who's kind of tattooed and pierced or something like that. Oh, you got the moon too. The moon is, it's like the towers are there. Ah, yeah. These are like frond. They're like sperm. It's almost like the moon is squirting. Look at the moon. Do you have like a Cancer placement or somebody, and then the dogs are lapping it up? Why does this look so sexual suddenly? And then the crab is in the water. And then you got the light and the dark tower, but they're both kind of dark. I feel like, so you have fantasies. Okay, here we go, fantasies. So you have your mind. You have like kind of your thinking mind about stuff. And then there's a place where you go into fantasies. And, or somebody else does. Maybe somebody's fantasizing about you. I might have to clarify the Two of Swords later, but let's keep going. Oh, it did. Oh, nice. Wow, you got the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. So the moon's not like, the moon is night. It's like day and night. Oh, day and night. Like a yin and yang. Connecting on night and day, like waking up and being with a person in the day. Clarity and the unknown. Like having both. Like clarity of the unknown. It it feels really good. Oh, I see. It's like good girl by day, naughty girl at night, too. Ah, that's what this is. It's kind of a duality. There could be this duality about you. Like things that you wouldn't tell people about yourself come out at night. Oh, this is good. 10 of Pentacles. A strong amount of abundance and stability and good luck coming to you. Yeah. That's good. I feel like they kind of remind me of like pavers to a house. I don't know why, but this tarot makes me feel, it has kind of a Spanishy energy. Like Like it kind of feels Spanishy. And okay, here he comes, the Horseman of Pentacles. Somebody is gonna give you this really nice energy, this nice foundation, this money, a stability, an offer. Um, you're gonna be, if you want it, you're gonna get it. I think you've been wanting to have some kind of like nice, committed person that can give you like that legacy, family and children and things like that. And I think that could be on the way for you very soon. And I think you're really tapping on the duality of of your interest and your sides and how you feel about things. So, yeah. The Sun. The Horseman of Pentacles. It's like he's riding through town. I think too, like when he comes along, there's look, and there's another horse rider. So you feel this energy. It's almost like you psychically know something's about to happen. And they're both like moving in that same direction. I feel like when this guy comes along though, any of like maybe, I think by the time he comes around, you're going to have gone through like the dark night of the soul. You're going to know yourself inside and out, shadow, light and dark, all your dualities. You can have done your work. You're going to, all those phases that you need to go through, you'll have incorporated in who you are. I love how this woman, she has her mouth, like both women have their mouths open, and this is good because it's about expression. And they both have their eyes closed though, as an intuition. And and both guys too are kind of like buried within the woman. Like there's a lot of trust going on here. I feel like a very nice connection coming up for you where you can be yourself and speak your voice, and your masculine, your counterpart, is going to be very supportive of you, just like the balance of the sun and the moon. It's nice. That's nice. It's not too bad. It's not so shadow, because I think you kind of already recognize your shadow sides. And I think you're doing a great balancing here. That's what this feels like, kind of just balancing these things. And then you're going to come to this kind of wholeness and completion that like the Ten of Pentacles brings. So yeah, I like that. I like that very much. I don't know. I was like, where are these this is coming from? Downloads. I'm gonna need to go to a chiropractor. Okay. Yeah, kind of interesting, I guess. So if you haven't incorporated your shadow side, then you should, right? Not everything is light and fluffy and frivolous and surface. Definitely dive into the parts of you that you haven't really explored yet, And once you find that balance within yourself, within the light and the dark, within the yin and the yang, that's when the perfect person will come through for you, because you'll have found yourself. I took you to the gutter? Tell me. I want to know. I was thinking things too. I don't want to be greedy because I already got a reading today, but is it possible to get on this list too? Yes. No, I give you one. I'm gonna put you on top of Maurice because Maurice wasn't with the program, and it's hard to shift energies. Like, I don't know. This is the theme. Like, I'm sorry, but it's the theme. It's the theme. It's the theme. All right. Okay. So Luce and then Silver Empress, and then I don't know if Maurice is still here or not. And then also Silver Empress, you became a member. Yay! Silver Empress she's new to the membership too. She is in the Twin Flame 1111. So you can start at any level you want. You can do the 199 if you want, just to get in on these chats. But you can go ahead and choose a higher level if you want to. Like Cheryl Borelli, who is a platinum pixie, or yes, we got golden fairies out there, we got full of faithers out there, and then the sparkles of light. Is that it? Platinum pixie, golden fairy, twin flame, full of faith, sparkle of light. Those are my tiers. Will you be doing this topic again? I'm doing it all week in pick-a-cards, and probably again on Friday. I think so. I'm like really diving into the shadow side this week. So, yes. We're doing 50 Shades week. Oh. Well, I do it for you. Okay. But I'll do it again Friday. Like if it's popular, let's do this again Friday. Why not? Okay? Yes, I will. Same cards, same time, same channel, same cards. But Friday, I probably will just do my hands, okay? And then you can add charms to it if you want, or Scrabble. Scrabble, sexy Scrabble messages. I don't know. We'll think about that. Okay. That's enough thinking. Okay. Okay. So next we have Luce, right? Is Luce here? I'm glad you're all on board. Thank you all so much for your participation. Hey, Luce. Okay, so let's get busy with Luce. I just like to have your energy here. Luce Sunshine. Okay. Luce, you're so sunny. You really have to work hard finding that shadow side, huh? I smell food. We've got trusting the unknown. This is deep. Would you let somebody blindfold you? You know, you know how in the Justice card, you know, a lot of times she's blindfolded. And in the Two of Swords, she's blindfolded. And it's about sensing, reaching out with more than just your eyes, you know, the senses. Or if your eyes aren't working, you can smell it more, or you can taste it, or you can hear it. This is a, you know, ooh, one of the one thing that would be so sex. Well, like I think a lot of us do this naturally anyway because of, on social media. A lot of times we don't see the person, but we hear them. Like pick a cards if especially if the person's not a person that goes with their face, right? They're just their hands and their voice. So it's kind of like a trust in their voice, like you let the voice kind of move you. Or say you're in the kitchen and you close your eyes and you're just smelling something, or like you're in this room and I'm smelling something and I don't know what it is because I can't see what it is, but I can smell it. It's these provocative things. It's provocative. It's to heighten the other parts of your senses as a way to tantalize and titillating. um, and you here again though with an only way to be able to to let go and let somebody do this to blindfold you and trust that what they do will be pleasurable is trust. And or like you close your you they did this on I like, all right, so Michelle the Bachelorette had she was like a food fetish. I don't know, she was a foodie, but I think she would have liked food in any kind of circumstance. And but she was doing this a lot with this one guy. Like he was blindfolding her and making her taste things and like, what does this taste like to you? But it now that's funny because even if there wasn't if there wasn't an initial trust there, sometimes stuff like that, activities like this can build trust exercises like falling back and seeing if somebody catches you, seeing if those people will catch you. We used to do that in theater, trust exercises. So let's see what else. So I feel like with you, it's about the exercise of trust that actually helps to build the trust. And it could be part of the kink of the unknown, like fear, like how like people that watch horror movies and stuff like that get excited and thrilled. It's kind of a similar thing with these. So and unlike the Fool, where taking a step can feel scary and foolish, like Cheryl's reading, yours is a different kind of aspect altogether. Like it's almost a thrill to not know what's coming next, and that's kind of cool. Okay. And this is really interesting. I feel like there's somebody coming into your life that you're going to build trust with very quickly and easily. Or there's somebody already in your life that you have trust with, because here okay. So the super chat doesn't work, or you don't want to use super chat? Let me see. Anyway, okay, so it's your husband. That's what I was feeling. Like you already have a man. Okay, yeah. And this is your husband. You're you're just happy with him. Like you're entwined together. You're tender. You're safe. You're safe in his arms. You trust him for anything. Like, but you might want to play some trust games though with him just for fun. Like let him blindfold you and, you know, do certain things to you because that might add a little element of surprise and excitement because you already have an established trust relationship and you are very and he's very tender and loving towards you. You can always feel safe with him. If you hadn't already been in a relationship, I was about to say somebody here really this is gonna be nice. A nice situation, nice relationship happening here. I could tell. That's nice, Luce. Okay, let's see what else. Well, thank you, honey. You don't have to give me so much. You gave me an awesome long reading today. Alright, let's see. So let's see what more of the shadow you can explore on your own or with him. Got the Three of Cups. This keeps coming out. I feel like a celebration. I feel like joie de vivre. Joy of life is coming for people. Oh, we've had so much going on. I think we need a celebration. We need a party. Ooh, look at that. Ace of Cups. This is a lot of love. Want a whole lot of love? This looks like a letter coming. Oh, I got an idea. So love notes. You guys could give each other love notes. You know, my mom and dad went to marriage counseling once, and what they had, what their assignment they had to do was write each other love letters and kind of like leave them around the house and stuff like that. But I think you could do like a sexy twist to yours, like write something very simple. So like, next time you see me, touch me behind my knees or something silly like that. Next time you see me, lick my lips. Something sexy like that. I show him the last reading of the baby tarot he did for me, and he's been on me about baby making. Well, instead of making baby making a chore, turn it into a teasing thing. So, you know, have a nice little sip of whatever you like to drink, and yeah, there's like cups, a lot of cups energy here, flowers, and oh well, like what he can do for you, like if he's watching, hey husband, give her some flowers and stuff, and then she will give you like little sexy notes and lay them around the house, and you can pick them up and read them, and they will tell you where she wants you to touch her or where she wants you to lick her or where she something like that, something erotic and sensual. That's kind of a surprise. And then the husband, it's up to the husband to decide when he just does these things, but it's the wife who says what she wants, what she likes. I like this and I like that and I want you to do this and that, and then the husband decides when he's going to do these things to add the element of surprise to it. Anyway, that could be a fun game, or you can do any other kind of game you want, but I feel like a little sexy game with messages, letters, something like that, correspondence of some sort. Or it could be just as sweet as, flowers and a note. As I mean, I think that's nice, but it's a little, like you could step it up. You need to tap into the shadow things, the parts of you that kind of lay dormant sometimes. And I think that could like open up. It's like when you journal. When you journal in the morning, you discover, in your writing, you read things about that, and then you realize, oh wow, I didn't even think about this before. Because when you're writing it down, it's like it's almost like automatic writing. It's coming through you quickly, and you're able to release it on paper, and then later you look at it and you realize, oh. And so I feel like that would be the process that will help you tap into those this, the sexy stuff, the kinky stuff, and then will also help make babies in a more fun way. Anyway, you have the Hierophant as the last card, and I love that. That's, that's tradition and marriage and rituals and all kinds of stuff. I think you can make a ritual out of this, some kind of ritual out of this these sexy notes. Also, this is like teaching and kids. There's kids here. I feel like this is on the road to daddyhood. I tell you what, playing these fun little enticing games. Yeah, because this kind of makes me think of a father figure teaching his sons some, and you might have twins, like telling his sons, when I was a kid, your mother and I, let me tell you about something. It's kind of like that kind of energy with this teacher, Hierophant. And they're like, Daddy, tell us the story about, okay, remember when, once upon a time, even though I think this is like a priest and they're the monks, I still get like daddy teacher and student kids kind of energy. So, okay. And that's the road you're on your way now to making babies. So you can get anything else. Strength. Leo energy. Sometimes, okay. Okay, so this one, I like the way it's drawn because it's like he's about to open his mouth and you're like, oh, aren't you nice? It's like when I'm playing with my kitty and she's all wrestling, like I'm petting her while she's like, ah, It makes me feel like I feel playful energy from this particular card. There's strength in your relationship, so much strength and trust that you guys are allowed to play. You can play and without any fears of like hurting each other or whatever, miscommunicating or overstepping, or you know what I'm saying? That's like you guys have the ability to play because you have the basis of trust and strength. So I think that's nice. I think that's really nice. So it looks like your shadow side is incorporating too, like it's not just going to be about you, but it's also going to be about your husband. I like that. All right. I showed him the last reading. Oh yeah, we're planning a trip to New Mexico, Santa Fe. So maybe we can do some games in the hotel. Yes, totally. And I don't know if you guys are drinkers, but definitely incorporate drinks with that. If you like to drink, definitely do that. If you don't like to drink, then don't worry about it. But drink game, like I don't know, it just feels like it's a festive feeling. We had the Three of Cups, so you're really gonna have a good time. I just think like whether you drink or not, you're gonna have a feeling of happy, lighthearted energy. Oh good, you love to drink, so I'll remember that. Note to self, Luce is a drinker. Everybody else is like, oh no, I don't drink. Yeah, so definitely enjoy the beverages. Like, you go to these kind of places, it's part of the fun, right? It's kind of indulging and having a good time. Santa Fe. Games and hotels and drinking and teasing and notes and sexy time. All right. Is Terry out there? I love your readings. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, loves. I'm gonna head out and have a beautiful night. Okay, good night, sweetheart. I guess I'll see you then Friday, and we'll do your reading. Okay? Oh, a Europe tour. Nice. I want a Europe tour. I need to manifest that. A Europe tour. There's a couple places in the US that I've been wanting to go to as well. And I'm like, I want a road trip. But every time I try to manifest a road trip, something happens like COVID or gas prices are too high. Oh, I'll work around it. I'm so abundant. I don't need to worry about these things. Okay, Terry, let's do it. Let's see. Let's get a little shadowy. You got a little bit of that possessive quality too. Like this is you're grabbing, this is mine. Nobody else's. This is mine. Okay. Let's see what else. No, I love this card. All of these are good. Okay. But I'm gonna just take this one. Ooh, surrendering to the depth and the breadth of my being. So this isn't any just lighthearted, let me grab your and you belong to me. This is an equal return of, I think on the surface you may have like this playful kind of energy. Let me, you're mine, I'm yours. Let's, we're funny like that. But in a deeper place, you really want to surrender, but not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally. And there's like there's water around you, like, so there's this like complete love energy. This, the next step to trust is surrender. Once you've built the trust, that's when you just let go. It's like, Calgon, take me away, But this way that they caress you, the way they kiss you, the way they hold you allows you to surrender in such a way that the bliss overwhelms you, and then you just sort of flood the land with your riverness of good good feels, like that good energy. Okay. It's just so deep. Your love is like a river, so deep. It's so deep. Oh, you did? Yay! Your love is like a river, peaceful and deep. I feel like I need songs tonight. So what I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see how he feels. So who is this and how do they feel? I just kind of sense that in your heart of hearts, you would just not, you just don't want to play games. Like you just want to let go completely and feel beautiful sensations and not worry about the this petty surface things. You know, you want to be able to go deep. But see, I think you see how here there's a grabbing and a holding, and then here is the surrendering. Like you can't have this if you're holding on too tight. And if you're projecting to others a possessiveness and, you know, like hands off, he's mine kind of thing, then that also, I mean, he may like it like in the surface sense, but there could be a part of them that has trouble also surrendering if he feels dominated. So it's going to be an interesting balance when there might be a shift that helps you realize that that surface possessive energy is not going to help you in achieving this bliss. Kenny! How's he feeling? He's feeling pleased. I think he likes this reading. He's like, oh, this is cute. This is fun. Feeling just plain happy. Can't seem to wipe off the silly grin. He likes that picture of you holding his thing. Empowered. Feeling good, like I can take on anything. Wanna take me on? Take on me. And okay, so he gets a little anxious too, though. He gets in his mind, in his head. He gets in his head. He feels loved. Feeling warm, cherished, and blessed to be connected to you. And he wants to dance for the rest of you. He wants to grow old with you. Can I have this dance for the rest of my life? Like, let's do it. Let's dance. Let's just be together till we're old people. Twin flame came out. My one. My life, my other half. Like a great storm, the two of us shake the tree of life down to the hidden fibers of its roots. Kenny! Aww. So I guess your shadow would be... I feel like, I don't know if this is, there's a jealousy, but that could be part of it. Like, there could be this, you know, sometimes possessiveness goes hand in hand with insecurities and jealous feelings. All of that kind of go together. And this week, my very first pick a card is going to be about jealousy. So we can dive in a little bit deeper about those emotions that arise. Magnetize Yourself had an interesting twin flame reading about jealousy and how twin flames can be jealous, right? It's a natural feeling. Just because we're twin flames and we're elevated and all that doesn't mean we don't feel jealous. But also toxics definitely can be jealous. But what do you do with that energy? You know, what do you do with those feelings? How do you overcome the jealousies? And or how do you turn it around to be a positive? I mean, not necessarily, it's not so much that you can change jealousy into a positive, but you can analyze it to see where it comes from. And so there's that possessiveness, right? Where does the possessiveness come from? This a knowing that he is a part of you, like, and knowing that this is your counterpart and you connect to them. And so that knowing, it is a beautiful, peaceful feeling. It's an empowering feeling. It's a great feeling. And if anybody tries to take that away, that's when the fear comes in, the fear of loss of that. But to be honest, when it comes to twin flames, you can't lose your twin flame, right? You can lose other people, but twin flames, even if distance, like maybe you just don't want distance, but even with distance between you and the person, you'll always be connected through the 5D and the 4D too. The 4 and 5D. So even though that doesn't always bring peace, right? Like when we feel lost, we feel it most profound, I suppose, in the 3D, the physical essence of this person not being there anymore. It feels more profound. But yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that, but I think that's something that people often worry about, right? And then that leads to some of these other negative things that happen into our minds, to our psyche. But I feel like all of these, look at all of this energy. It's all very positive, 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 positive. And then you have this anxious thing. So, I mean, as long as you stay in the positive energy, then you can like heal those anxieties. But just know that anxieties do build up, and that creates sometimes jealous feelings, sometimes possessiveness, sometimes wanting to hold on too tightly to something that's yours. It belongs to you, that you don't have to grab it any tighter because it's yours. That kind of thing. Okay, yeah. And yeah, I think so too, Guacamole. I was thinking jealousy might be, because I feel like jealousy might be a thing that will naturally come up for you in the future more often the closer you get to each other. So it's good to sense it now and realize it. Oh my gosh, I I I I know. I mean, I have I get jealous sometimes, but like I never was jealous with my ex-husband, and I got a little my ex-boyfriends just a little bit, but never have I felt such like I don't know, crazy, insane jealousy as I have with my twin flame. Like, why am I feeling so like it's bizarre. It was bizarre that the upset I would feel very, very strong. But it's actually gotten better. It's gotten a lot better since I first met him. So yeah, I mean, initially I tried to be really cool about like the fact that he had a lot of female friends. I was like, okay, yeah, he's got female friends who, you know, whatever. I accept this, I'm accepting. I don't know. Like there's this like this boundary, and it was almost antagonistic of him, and it felt that way, but it probably wasn't. But it was taking it that way, and then I don't know, like, but not. I'm not feeling. I mean, I feel, like, oh yeah, I like to have a certain amount of 3D attention that maybe somebody else might get, but I recognize it is what it is. I have what I am is way beyond those kinds of connections. So, but it does get tricky in the twin flame relationship. It does. That jealous aspect. So we're going to dive into that. Okay. And let's see. Okay. So I'm going to skip over Maurice. I hope he doesn't mind. I think I'd rather do, to keep the energy consistent tonight, I'll just do Maurice's reading privately about jobs and finances, because I don't want to really talk about that tonight. All right, so Silver Empress. Silver Empress. Let's get to your shadow side. Are you there? Good night, dearie. You got that card last week? Nice. Hey, girl. Let's get a good one, universe. Spirits. I'm not getting a flipper yet, so I'm just going to wait till the flipper comes. I'm peeking, but it's not ready. We're not ready yet. There we go. Oh! This is kind of how I like this to myself. Well, this, okay. So, spontaneity, anytime, anywhere. Well, his pants are pretty low. So this kind of, and then you also have trusting the unknown. So the difference with you than with my friend Luce is that, you know, she's married, but you are like in a different situation where you have to trust in something that you know you have no idea about, like that it's unknown to you. And the spontaneity is kind of exciting. Well, similar to Luce's reading, there, you know, the leaving the letters around and saying I like this here and that here. The the part that's the surprise, the spontaneous part is her husband deciding when he's going to do those things. So spontaneity is that aspect of it. The deciding, the masculine, your counterpart deciding when. So it's like taking control into his hands. You know, you being vulnerable, you trusting, you allowing, and then allowing the masculine to decide when, the when. And so that's where the spontaneity comes in. And so it's in a sense, it like leaves it, it keeps you on edge all the time. Like it's like being aroused all day long. It's like, when is this gonna, it's like, is this gonna happen now? It's like, you know, it's like, and you're like tingling and you're yeah, just like on edge. And I mean that so if you're with a certain person that you've been, you know, that you're attracted to, that you like, it definitely has to be after a period of trust, right? And maybe like also with you after a period of trust exercises, you know, of exploring each other's boundaries and know, you know, like this person knowing what you need and you being able to express what you need, and also the boundaries of saying, okay, you know, stop, that's not, you know, like that's not past that point and things like that, you know. So boundaries. And so within that context, within a lovely context of what you like, what you don't like, boundaries, and this and that, then the rest is in his hands. That's exactly kind of the Dom sub kind of connection is like that. Like when a Dom and a sub kind of make a contract together, part of the contract is the Dom getting to know what the sub's boundaries are. What are your, what's the word? I gotta get back into the, I'm like, oh, I forgot all about all these things. Yeah, it's kind of like, your red lights and your green lights, like the yeses and the nos. What you do, what you would do, what you won't do. What do you call them? Let's see if I can try to remember now. It's been so long ago. All right. A solid foundation of trust, acceptance, and complete understanding of each other's needs. For sure. Compromises? No. Rules? Nah. Whatever. Anyway, we'll just call it boundaries for now. And okay. So I think there's just like this element of surprise that you like. Me too. As long as it's a good surprise. And a little bit of a thrill. Yes, it is. It's like, okay, so in order to prepare, because I'm seasoned, I like that, I do that. In order to prepare for this week, this is what I did. I started listening. I was gonna read it, but I couldn't. I didn't have the book. I have the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy in book form, and also have I just have one of the videos. But the other thing that was interesting is the 50 Shades of Grey point of view of Christian. Okay, which is really nice because it's sounds very familiar. His point of view. Because yeah, sometimes the masculine can let you in on their what's going on in their head, but not always. And it's interesting to listen to the audio and hear the masculine's point of view. And one of the things he was saying is, okay, so of course it's a BDSM, it's about a BDSM relationship, it's a sub-dom relationship. Let's just get that clarified. And one of the things that he before he made any contract with Anastasia, he was thinking about what it would be like, and he was thinking about how he would like a woman to be in a skirt or a dress or whatever, because that makes them more accessible. So I get that kind of energy from this, like this accessibility. And just remember, you guys, this is completely a consensual thing. This is not about somebody grabbing you and doing something with you, you know, without your consent. This is a relationship. This is a contract, and this is an equal give and take. You know, this is two people on the same page here. Um, and once you've like, and I think this phase can go on for quite a while before you ever get to the kinky part where it's surprise stuff, you know. So this like building of trust, you know, trust exercises represent a building of trust. This like going through lots of different things that push that boundary of trust, and and the person proving to you that they're listening to you. They know, they hear you, and they're listening to you, and they respect you, and they will stop when you know, or they won't they won't ask you to do anything you're not prepared to do. But once you get this established trust down, then it's like all hell breaks loose between you. Like, it's like, this is cute. Look what came out. We got an Ace of Pentacles with a little housey. See, there's you build after a nice a lot of building trust. This is building trust. This is like, it's a firm foundation. Anything can happen from this, you know, like anything can be launched, anything can be put on a nice slab of concrete. You know, you can have a basketball court, you could have a shed, you could have a house, you could have, I don't know, jungle gym. But that firm foundation, you know, that's important. That puts, you can build something from that. So yeah. Okay. Okay, Summer. Okay, but oh my goodness, girl, somebody is coming in. Look, you got the Ten of Cups. You know, my favorite phrase in all my tarot decks is, for the Ten of Cups, is an all-encompassing contentment. This is you finding somebody that you completely trust after a lot of testing the boundaries. Finally, you found somebody who can completely be yourself and completely let go and feel safe, and try these things, try your spontaneity, and then the spontaneity brings you like like highs, like orgasms, excitement, thrills, pleasure, like woo, and the feelings mutual. Like whatever, all those feelings that you'll feel, like they're gonna feel too. It's gonna be a great back and forth. I don't know why I'm feeling like a relationship reading here, where it was mostly supposed to be shadow, but a little bit of shadow. But there's the shadows, the facing your shadow side will help open up this opportunity. It's all about, the basis is trust with you too, just like a lot of us. You know, it's like, it's almost like you can't be a woman without trust issues, right? Oh girl, you get the High Priestess. And look at that, like if we read it, I get goosebumps. Oh my gosh, look at you. Like, I'm seeing some cute stuff. Okay, so we're gonna read. So reading it forward is laying a basis of trust, or, you know, foundation to launch anything, a wonderful, amazing, orgasmic, releasing feeling, um, and the feeling being mutual, and you feeling so amazing and empowered. But now let's read it this way. Here you are, this beautiful, amazing Empress, High Priestess. You know, you have your channel, you have your career, you have your job, you embody spirituality, you higher intuition, and that, and then the way you reach out to others and they reach back to you, and this beautiful flow of energy back and forth. It's like in the reverse, it's like a career reading. So, and then you get this beautiful energy that just makes you like light up and feel good. And then that brings in this growth and potential. This is like a new house almost, like. So I'm feeling both energies, like a romance and a new life energy, like like money flowing and home, like a new house, and like a lot of that. Okay, so I'm excited to know more. Let's see. I know, I love the Ten of Cups. Have you seen the Ten of Cups in Shadowscapes Tarot? That's one of my favorite cards. And that's where I get the all-encompassing contentment from. Shadowscapes. Ooh, that was a beautiful flipper. Look at those! You got achievement, Chago, and look at the kitty. And it's like the panther. You're going to achieve something. Yeah, and it's funny because achievement is like reaching for that thing that's kind of like that leveling up thing. But, you know, part of getting that is already being there, right? So, all right, so your personal efforts will be rewarded. So keep going. Perhaps you could focus on personal development at the moment to assist you in something you want to achieve. Leadership is indicated in your interaction with someone or your own leadership and management. I think you should. I like how you made that channel for that page for us for the zodiac stuff. I think you should be the one that always says what we need to do. Like, I was thinking to me, which one of us is a cardinal sign? Like, who's going to lead this thing? Community and groups would be a great source of inspiration and assistance to get where you're headed, and you could find yourself publicly praised in some way or needed by a community. Cooperation is necessary, and the part you play in this relationship is extremely important. Be careful of defeatism, which can creep in at moments when you are close to achieving and succeeding. Right before, like, this happens to me. It's like right before something good is about to happen, some kind of achievement is oftentimes the shadow creeps in, and then what was I gonna say? It's like a self-sabotage, you know. And if we hadn't have done that, we would have gotten it the next second, you know, or the next day or the next moment. We were right there, but we did something, said something, thought something, and it pushed it. We gotta not do that. Okay, so defeatism. Those last steps are the hardest and the longest because they set us on a firmer step to the next level. And look at all these steps you have. So you have this really strong first step, And then you have that strong first step gives you all this good energy, this good, like, feel good. And then look at that, that creates 6 more steps. And then it's like, ta-da, you made it. so, so don't let the defeatism get in the way of your achievement. And your affirmation is, I really can do this. And the keywords achievement, victory, community, leadership, defeatism, and conflict. So the shadow side would be the imagining, letting the doubt creep in, but also seeing worst case scenarios instead of best case scenarios. Or I think a lot of us get this like being realistic or whatever sometimes creeps into the negative. Like, it's okay to be realistic, but being realistic is also a way of is a little bit of fear of having faith in something. And so pessimism, okay, it of course is just like the complete opposite, and there's no ambiguity there. But realism, there's a bit of ambiguity, because what is really real? Reality is what you make of it, and you can make your reality whatever you want. And uh, it's that those defeating thoughts don't do any good. Like, dwelling in those thoughts, how are they going to help even, so, and it's not like I think a lot of people just think, well, it's, if I dream these good thoughts, then I won't be prepared if something bad happens or something, or just imagine the good stuff, then I won't be prepared. But either way, you're kind of not prepared for it, right? Like, either way, it's going to throw you off if something bad happens. So I see visualize a positive in every situation all the time, even if it makes you feel unrealistic, because that's your reality, because that's what you're creating for yourself. So it's kind of like that. I think. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, like, I feel like I'm kind of preaching to the choir with you, Summer, because you know this stuff, being the high priestess. And for high priestesses like us, it's just, we're human too. Like, we go into the negative. We default sometimes to those places. And it's just a matter of being aware and then, like, readjusting. That's all. Just kind of, be more in the present, or try to catch yourself sometimes, and bring yourself to awareness and presence, and realize and see, okay, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Why am I thinking that? I don't need to think that, I can think this, and then you switch it around, it's kind of like it's like the wand energy. It's like, yes, I can think this instead, and sure, we're certain astrology signs, and we're born with sort of an imprint of our natural tendencies and behaviors, but we can rise above those natural inclinations, and we can also heighten the positive aspects of our personalities as well. I was just thinking about how, it'd be so nice to be like a Sagittarius who's so optimistic all the time, but you know what? I can be optimistic. I don't have to be a Sagittarius to be optimistic. Yeah, it is. And honestly, doing that's the other thing about doing this channel and doing this for you guys. It helps me so much, because I'm saying these positive things and reminding myself, oh yeah, hey Cherry, remember what you're telling everybody, practice what you preach. You're telling everybody this stuff, you got to do that too. But it's a good reminder, and it's also it's kind of like like doing these readings and stuff is kind of like my daily therapy in a way. It's like a kind of a meditation. It's kind of a realignment and adjustment of, my consciousness, consciousness. Anyway. Okay. Oh, it's almost. I know we got to get going. I'm done pretty much. But yeah, have a nice night, Quacky. Thank you so much for all your support as always. And and that's basically, yeah. Well, we're gonna just keep diving in on like those obstacles, those blocks, the shadow things, the things that we keep like instead of avoiding it, which I do a lot, avoiding the negative stuff or the dark things, like shine a light on them and say, hey, you, what are you here for? What are you doing? What's the purpose of you? And how can I either, you know, dispel it, release it, overcome it, or integrate it? Because sometimes these things can be absorbed and integrated in a positive way, like switched and turned into a positive, right? Just depending on what it is. Like some things you just definitely need to get rid of, but other things you can learn from and then just incorporate it. And one of these days I'm going to do a reading about spirals, but like everything in life grows in a spiral. And don't beat yourself up if, like, the first time around you didn't learn it. Maybe there's things that you still need to integrate before it fully settles in your life lesson. So that's kind of what that's kind of what's going on here. And I'm excited for this week and diving deeper into some of those things. So the next card will be 50 Shades of Love, black and white reading with the subject being jealousy. And I'm not sure what's going to come out in those piles. Will it be connections? Will you see third parties? What are we going to see? It's not a particular question. It's just going to be a particular energy and like how to overcome the energy, how to incorporate it, what's behind it. It's a deep dive. I think that's what we're going to do, like a little deep dive. So it's going to be a 3 pile, probably pick a card, deep dive on jealousy in whatever situation, circumstance that you're in. But for the most part, it's going to be, love or relationship related kind of thing. So just so you know, heads up. That's what we're doing. And yeah, I do career readings and stuff. I promise I do, but there it's funny because career to me is kind of it's almost a surface thing compared to everything else. Like if we can get to the core of who we are, which is about self-love, and then self-love also connects with relationships, whether it's romantic or platonic. Those are the core issues to me. And love also connects with life purpose, which to me is more important than actual career or job. But yeah, so that's where I go usually for these readings. But I definitely could do a career reading for you, Mauricio, and send it to you. Just email me at, I already sent it once, but art lady, oops, JAS at gmail.com, and then tell me that you want a career reading, and explain that you spent your $17 tonight and what you are interested in, and then we will go from there. Okay, everybody, thanks for showing up. Thank you, Amira. And if Amira, if you want a reading, you definitely get yourself a reading Friday. I'm gonna do this subject again, okay? So if you want like a deep dive reading, we can, or not a deep dive, just a shit. What was I calling it? Shadow side. Then you can get one on Friday. Okay. All right, everybody. I had a lovely time. Sweet dreams. And I'll see you later. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.